Hello, lacrosse fans, and welcome to a gorgeous night here in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're at Chaparral High School, and it's a battle of the top two here late in the 2026 Arizona Girls Lacrosse season as Chaparral hosts Desert Vista. So let's talk a little bit about both of these teams as we've got the captains and coaches meeting underway. We'll be getting to announcements here in just a few minutes. Chaparral comes in 9-1. They've faced and beaten most teams in this league with the exception of Desert Vista. They last met about 6 weeks ago, March 11th. DV got the win there, 13-8. And Chaparral really coming in strong with one of the top defenses in the league. They've got a really strong zone defense, talking with head coach Jessica Barden ahead of the game, really looking to limit the fouls on the 8-meter for Desert Vista. But in the cage, you've got two-time Arizona Goalie of the Year, Sadie Struzik, recently committing to the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. She's got 70 saves on the season against 118 shots, so she's good for 59% on the save percentage. Meanwhile, over on the other side, Desert Vista Thunder, in pursuit of an undefeated season, they come in 10-0. And they've faced every team in the league and beaten every team in the league. They'll be operating tonight without head coach Tori Graves. Taking the reins will be the assistant coaches Jordan Huguez and Brianna Gardner. And of course, you've got the high-powered midfield attack here with number 14, Tess Cortese, 15, Olivia Opart, and 11, Jackie Jimenez. Those three have combined for 99 goals on the season, and DV leading in overall goals with 160 for the team. One of the keys for the game for DV is going to be quick passes and trying to break this zone backer defense. So this is going to be a great matchup between one of the league's top offenses, and attacks going against the league's top defense.
A special welcome tonight. It's Youth Night. We are so excited to have our future Firebirds here with us. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing community.
And teams just doing stick checks now. We'll do roster announcements here in just a moment. We will now begin tonight's player introductions. First for the Thunder from Desert Vista.
Tonight, the Thunder are coached by Jordan Hugues and Brianna Gardner. Number 0, Anira Atra. Number 4, Charlotte Mitchell. Number 5, Rabbit Delgado. Number 6, Heather Susi. Number 8, Liz Browning. Number 11, Jackie Jimenez. Number 12, Kyra Becker. Number 13, Essa Allison. Number 14, Tess Cortese. Number 15, Olivia Opar. Number 16, Joanne Wynn. Number 18, Ashlyn Lapine. Number 19, Francesca Cortese. Number 21, Samantha Botzler. Number 22, Kaya Matthews. Number 23, Elise Matthews. Number 24, Aspen Watts. Number 34, Alyssa Roach. And number 35, Allison Carnes. The Desert Vista Thunder. And now for the introductions for the Chaparral Firebirds. Coached by Jess Barton, Courtney Preston, and Tucker Quayle. Number 2, Delana Hopkins. Got some of the youth girls out there too, so. Number 4, Hannah Parks. Number 5, Sloan Katz. Number 8, Amanda Rodriguez. Number 9, Caitlin Gill. Number 10, Lane Kennelly. Number 12, Ashley Barton. Number 13, Mel Hartley. Number 14, Sydney Hevesy. Number 16, Charlie Zamorano. Number 21, Maddie Konak. Number 22, Emerson Schultz. Number 33, Audrey Fox. Number 34, Marissa Savage. Number 43, Jaden Berger. Number 47, Addison Corsi. And number 60, Sadie Struzen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chaparral Firebirds. please stand for the national anthem.
All right, Lacrosse fans, thanks for tuning in. This should be a good one, potentially a preview of the state championship coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Couple of injuries and players out tonight to note for Chaparral. Number 4, Hannah Parks, is injured and will not be in tonight's matchup for the Desert Vista Thunder. Number 25, Maddie DeCina, is out tonight, as well as number 24, Aspen Watts. Otherwise, both teams with a mostly healthy roster tonight. And if you recall, when they played a few weeks back, both teams had more injuries they were dealing with, so both teams coming in tonight with healthier squads. It'll be a two-man officiating crew tonight. Officials Scott Pekich and Warner Orr will be the stripes on the field, and we always appreciate the officials out here tonight, hoping for a clean game. Again, head coach Jess Barton for Chaparral, that's a key focus for him tonight, is limiting the fouls, especially inside the 8-meter, and taking care of an attack, making every play count. She recognizes the strength of the midfield for Desert Vista, so protecting the ball and making those possessions count, really going to be a key focus here for Chaparral. We'll have a little update for you as well here on the playoffs and how teams are seeding. We got a playoff picture, so stay tuned for that. We'll bring that to you between the quarters here. But for now, it's 12 minutes on the clock here in Scottsdale for a battle between DV and Chaparral. Battle for first place. And for Chaparral to overtake DV in a tiebreaker, they would have to beat DV by more than 5 goals tonight. Again, the last matchup was 13-8, but the first draw control here goes to Tess Cortese. As the Thunder get to work on attack. A lot of the younger youth lacrosse players here tonight to watch this matchup. 2 of the top teams here in the AGLA. And coming in and a nice crash. Jaden Berger there. But a whistle gets called, so this is going to send Opart over to the hanging hash over on the left side of the cage. Struzik between the pipes defending. Look for the assist here. Players rarely taking the shot down from that hanging hash. It's not a good angle. She gets this over to Jimenez. Was looking for the feed over top. And Berger was able to get a stick on that. And good defensive stand here to start things for the Firebirds. As Hopkins has it in the midfield. But a missed pass gets picked up by Rabbit Delgado. And now Elise Matthews going to slow things down for DV. So after a big defensive stop here for the Firebirds early on, DV getting it right back. We've got a whistle here. Off-ball foul called by official Warner Orr. Looks like they're going to bring the ball over to the penalty dot behind goal line extended. They're going to send, looks like Marissa Savage, number 34, behind on the off-ball foul. DV getting back to work here. And a good feed from Jimenez up to Roach. And another good crash here. Again, got a really strong zone defense here coming from the Firebirds. Tough to break this defense. Talking with Coach Hugues, one of the strategies for DV tonight is going to be to do a lot of ball movement and quick passes, and there's an opportunity there as Cortese gets cross-checked inside the 8-meter, and she's going to get a free position. We'll see which hash they give her. Looks like she's going to be on the center hash. Struzik defending. Cortese fires a low one and stopped by Struzik. Rebound gets picked up by DV. Alyssa Roach out there for the recovery. And an errant pass. And it's going to be another opportunity. Oh, she's able to keep that in play. Thought the ball was going out of bounds. Firebirds didn't pursue it as they were expecting the same thing, but good play by Roach. And DV catching a break there. Jimenez comes in, fires a left-handed bouncer, and Sadie Struzik on fire already early in this one. And now can the Firebirds transition? Good pass upfield from Sydney Havesi. Firebirds now on the attack. Here's Rodriguez, comes in, and a high-to-high shot and goal from Mandy Rodriguez. And with that, the Firebirds strike first. And a nice high grab by Opar to snag this draw control. So 2 for 2 going DV's direction. That's definitely been one of the strengths of the Thunder this season as they come in with 70% draw wins as a team, led by Tess Cortese and Olivia Opart on the draw. So a foul there. Cortese coming in off the 8-meter. She tries to fake, but Sadie Struzik stays perfect between the pipes. And looks like they're going to say there's a check in the sphere. Chaparral fans not happy with that call. Cortese gets another attempt here from the center hash. And Struzik has just been a brick wall early in this one. Stays perfect. Battle for the rebound gets picked up by Matthews behind the cage. And exactly what we expected to see so far in this matchup. Such a strong draw game and attack game for DV, running into this tough defense from Firebirds. And Opart fires one from outside, and that one's going to go wide right, but gets backed up by Matthews, keeping the ball.
Let's go, Sean.
Now Jimenez looking for a feeder decides to take it in herself, tries to dodge. She's got the double team there. Pulls it back out. And again, look for the quick ball movement here from the Thunder. And a pass over top gets intercepted by Struzik as she sees it coming. And what an impressive first 6 minutes it's been for Sadie Struzik as she comes out of the cage looking for someone to clear it out to. You can see they're all bunched up out here, and she takes a big pass all the way across the field, and the ball's down. Battle here now for the GB gets picked up by Ashley Barton for the Firebirds' successful clear after a bit of a scare for the Firebirds. Barton looking for a pass and a nice grab by Rodriguez out on the far sideline. Here's Delana Hopkins. Her mom, Rochelle, watching from afar. Shout out to her and all the support she gives to the Firebirds. And Issa Allison with a key takeaway here as DV makes a good defensive stand. Allison coming down the near sideline. Allison gets turned here at midfield, tries to force through, and a legal trail check comes and give that cause turnover to 21. That's Maddie Conat. But DV gets it right back. There's Fran Cortese on the GB, passing it upfield, has Opart. And after all that excitement, DV slows things back down here, gets settled as they try to crack this zone defense from the Firebirds. Been a relatively low scoring affair so far. 4 minutes to go here in the first. Just one goal from the Firebirds. A couple shots, several shots actually coming from DV, but they've yet to find the back of the net until just now, and Tess Cortese breaking the ice.
Let's go, Shep!
And the senior gets her 26th goal on the season. Knotting things up at 1 here at Firebird Stadium.
Let's go, Shep! Let's go, Maddie!
No. And now Opart driving inside, takes a high to low, and she's got another one for the Thunder. Opart leading in goals for DV. That's 39th on the season for the senior. She'll be heading off to Marist next year to play there at the college level. Got 4 commits on each team playing here tonight. Just goes to show the quality of both of these programs.
The first Desert Vista goal scored by number 14, Tess Cortese.
And DV continuing to move things around here. But a takeaway from Firebirds inside. That's Audrey Fox, the junior defender. Coming up with a big GB. Struzik passes over to the near side, and she's got Caitlin Gill. And great ball movement here from the Firebirds as they swing the field. Ashley Barton gets it across the restraining line. Has a good look inside. And now Lane Kennelly going to get things slowed down and settled here, but that was almost a good fast break opportunity. Solid transition from the Firebirds through and through. Rodriguez gets it up to Barton. Good one-on-one defense from Issa Allison here on Rodriguez. And that pass gets broken up and taken away by Opart. She gets the cause turnover and ground ball. She was able to get a stick in there and break up that pass and force the opportunity. Looking for the trail check, doesn't get it. So the three midfielders working the top of the fan, passing it down low. And continue to see a lot of quick ball movement, not really holding the ball here, just passing it around. And a nice skip pass there from Jimenez as DV looking for an opportunity to penetrate the Firebirds defense here. Cortese moving it back. As you see, Charlie Zamorano, 16 coming up there, but an errant pass. Jaden Berger has been a nightmare for DV early tonight. She gets another cause turnover. She's trying to pass up to Delana Hopkins. The whistle goes Chaparral's direction, and now they've got less than a minute to work with here, but a struggle on the reception, slowing things down, giving DV a chance to get in better redefend position, and coming in for the quick ground ball. We've got a player down here at midfield, and we're going to get a yellow card going against Chaparral. 33, Audrey Fox, going to be in the penalty box for 2 minutes. So clock stops at 44 seconds. Elise Matthews on the restart. As DV tries to get one more in the power play. Opart tried to come in, and Zamorano lets her know she's there. DV here and a player up. Can they penetrate? Looking for a lane. Chaparral showing an impressive man-down defense here. And Berger sends Roach to the ground, and see if we're going to get another card. No, they're just going to send Berger behind. So no card on this, but that is going to get Alyssa Roach an 8-meter shot on Struzik. Roach coming in, fires high, and she sinks it, and Struzik can't believe she wasn't able to stop that one. So 7 seconds on the clock here in the first. And after Chaparral took an early 1-goal lead, it's been 3 unanswered from the Thunder.
Let's go, Charlie!
Cortese on the draw. And a nice pickup by Jimenez, and a huge shout out to Cortese, and a great goal there. Coming from the stick of Allison Carnes on the fast break. Take one more look at this. A fantastic goal there by 35, Allison Carnes, the freshman. That's her 8th goal on the season. And as I was trying to say there, got caught up in that fast break, but that was another record for Tess Cortese as she was able to notch her 300th draw win for the Thunder. So shout out to Tess Cortese for hitting a great milestone. And what a play as they were able to finish getting a 4th goal here at the end of the first quarter. So we'll take a short break here. And again, stay tuned at halftime. We'll be bringing up that playoff picture and to give you more details about the playoffs coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross, and we'll be right back.
Eyes on him and reverse Rochelle. Thank you so much for sponsoring our athletes.
All right, team's back on the field here for the start of the second quarter. Apologies, we'll get the scoreboard corrected here. It's 4-1. DV with 4 unanswered now. So I believe DV have won all of the draw controls, and just as I say that, Charlie Zamorano changes that equation as she comes up with a big draw win here to change the dynamic at the start of the second quarter. Gets it over to Mel Hartley. And back to Hopkins. And some quick ball movement here. Hopkins looking for Zamorano, who had to fight to get that back as it came out of her stick, but a good GB for Zamorano. And now Maddie Konat with a nice roll dodge feeds it back to Zamorano. Zamorano looking for some help here.
Let's go, Shep.
As Hopkins comes around top, she's got a couple of defenders on her, gets it over to Rodriguez here on the near side. Rodriguez and Allison continuing to battle it out. Zamorano tests Jimenez. Now Hevesi over to Hartley. Good ball control and a whistle. Looks like a 3-second violation getting called against the Thunder. They're calling this against Jimenez. They sent her behind. Zamorano driving inside. Official Warner Orr there, always looking for that 3-second call. Mandy has a good feed to Hopkins, and man, what a great attempt there, but ball doesn't find its way to the back of the net, and rebound goes DV's direction, and they're back in transition. Roach coming across midfield, draws the foul. That's going to go the other direction. I think that might have been a charge call. Or potential a holding call. Either way, it's going to go to the Firebirds. They bring her back. They changed their mind, I guess. So officials keep the ball with the Thunder. Roach cuts inside down low. Has 3 defenders. Another whistle gets called. Looks like another 3-second call. This one going against the Firebirds will put Alyssa Roach over on the hanging hash. On the right side of the net, Roach looking for the assist, but a good knockdown and takeaway by Sydney Havasi. She was able to force the ball down, but another GB gets picked back up by DV. So Chaparral forcing some opportunities here, but in a lot of cases haven't been able to turn them into successful transitions, as DV's been finding ways to get the ball right back so far in this matchup. Susie comes around, Jaden Berger defending. Berger with a killer knockdown. And Sydney Havasi, 2 of the best in the league. Getting their sticks in the right place at the right time and forcing those caused turnovers. DV attack continuing to look for an opportunity or lane. Opart with a little pop pass to Jimenez. And an errant pass stays in play. Jaden Berger races for the GB and comes up with a big turnover for the Firebirds. Struzik out of the cage.
How about Sadie?
Roach comes up to pressure Struzik. Struzik brings it behind the net.
How about Sadie?
Struzik looking for an outlet, doesn't have it. Everyone marked up by the Thunder. Of course, it'd be a pretty deep pass at this point. And there we go, down the far side. She finds Audrey Fox. And a whistle gets called against Sammy Botzler. So Firebirds keep in control and now in transition. Nice pass, gets it up to Zamorano. Zamorano kicks in the afterburners, trying for the fast break, looking for Havasi, and what a finish from Zamorano. So great finish by Sydney Havasi, the senior, as she gets her 26th goal on the season. And really, that was a great look from Zamorano as she came across. Eyes in the back of her head, turns around, sees Havasi, makes a great feed. Zamorano going to be heading off to Radford, recently committed there. So she'll be playing up at the collegiate level next, or when she graduates, excuse me, not next year. She's a junior, so one more year here at high school, and then she'll be heading off to Radford. Whistle. And I think we had either an early movement or some sort of illegal procedure on Firebirds. Gives possession on the draw automatically awarded over to DV as they get things going here. 6 minutes to go in the second. And a look inside to Cortese, and another takeaway by Sadie Struzik. DV able to get a stick and break up that pass. Jaden Berger fighting for the GB and whistle. Some sticks in the back. You saw the cross check get called. And Mel Hartley will get things going again for the Firebirds. Berger almost had a crazy one-handed grab there, but she is able to keep possession. Gets it up to Barton. And an errant pass looking for Rodriguez. Going out the near sideline. Issa Allison going to go pick up a different ball. And you'll see Allison come around. She's got to go and bring the ball back in from where the ball went out of bounds. So good job by Allison to bring it over. So here's Fran Cortese with a huge pass and great eyes by Fran as she finds Olivia Opart right on the front door. And what a defensive stop by Zamorano to get in there and get a stick on that. So Zamorano stopped what looked to be a sure goal for DV. Here's Roach. Gets it back to Jimenez. And DV deciding to slow the pace down here. Roach comes in. And a check in the sphere gets called. This sets Roach up for an 8-meter shot. And Struzik taking a ton of shots tonight, and she's been able to stop the vast majority. Can she do it again? This one finding its way to the back of the net, and a second goal on the night for the junior, Alyssa Roach.
Go, Shep! Let's go! Let's go, Shep! Yeah, that is a flop. Yes, correct. Tomorrow we're going to foul. Keep it up, DV! Let's go, Shep! Let's go, girls!
So with that, it becomes 5-2, DV out front. .335 to go here in the second. High draw. Gets chased down. Cortese with the draw control. And a nice look from Jimenez across the field as she finds Anira Atra, gets it over to Susie. And DV really not pressing the fast break tonight. They think they're making a conscious choice here to get the ball down and settle it and get these cuts inside. And Roach comes inside, gets another shot, and hey, she's already had 2 tonight, and she's having a great night, but this time Struzik comes up with a big stop. Struzik all the way upfield, right on target to Zamorano, and a beautiful pass from Struzik as Zamorano was able to clear this one across. And now Firebirds back on attack, trying to close the one. A good look to Havasi, and a big stop by Liz Browning in the cage. They're trying to battle it in, looking for that trash can goal, trying to bat it into the cage, but DV coming away with a big stop there as Opart comes down the near sideline. And a good check on Opart. She fights to keep it, but Mandy Rodriguez taking it back. Firebirds with plenty of time to work with here. Allison comes up to slow down that fast break. Firebirds passing it across. Here's Hopkins.
2 minutes.
Timeout gets called by the Firebirds.
There you go, Shep.
So with just under 2 to go here in the second quarter, Firebirds take a timeout. They'll come back and have it on attack.
Just a reminder, Monday here.
And we'll take a short break here on South Mountain Lacrosse. Thanks for watching, and we'll be right back.
Please plan to arrive at 5:45 for the senior ceremony. Following the ceremony, we will be hosting a parent mixer at AGLA's, just about a minute away, while the girls warm up. Then head back to cheer them on for the 7:30 start. We are still looking for 1 or 2 more families to host team dinners during the playoffs. If you are interested, please reach out to one of the board members.
My little head on the pillow. My name is the time of the pillow. Come on, Chad!
Let's go, Sheriff.
Welcome back as the team's making their way back on the field. Under 2 to go. Critical possession here for the Firebirds as they're going to try to close the gap here to just a 2-goal game before the half. And that'd be a huge momentum builder for the Firebirds. To get this one over to Konat. Konat tries to set the pick with Hopkins, comes across. And a good look over there to Mel Hartley, but she gets shut down by Anira Atra. Hopkins hitting the deck as she comes across the crease, and the goggles are off.
We don't flop over here.
So Hopkins now set for the 8-meter shot. Firebirds haven't had too many 8-meter shots tonight. Looking for the assist, and a great idea from Hopkins as she gets it over to Sydney Havesi for the assist.
Chaparral goal scored by number 14, Sydney Havesi.
Let's go, Sheriff.
And now just a 2-goal game here with a minute to go in the first half here at Chaparral High School. An absolutely gorgeous night for lacrosse here. Currently about 75 degrees on the field and no wind. Can't ask for a better evening for a lacrosse game, especially a matchup between the top 2 teams in the league here. Nice grab off the circle for Jimenez. Jimenez coming in quick. Is she going to take it on herself? She fires a left-handed shot, and Sadie Struzik makes another big stop. Gets it up to Hopkins, and now it's heading the other way. Zamorano kicking in the afterburners. On the fast break come the Firebirds. Fran Cortese there to slow things down. Now Konat gets it back to Havesi.
30 seconds.
Still plenty of time to work with here. Again, no shot clock, but we've got the clock's going to stop. Foul inside the critical scoring area. So it looks like it was an off-ball foul as they send Rabbit Delgado behind. Mel Hartley on the restart from the penalty dot down low. Hartley gets it over to Rodriguez. About 20 seconds to work with for the Firebirds to try to close it to 1 before the half. And a good look in front of the net. And an errant shot from the stick of Hopkins. Goes wide left. Gets backed up by DV. About 10 seconds to work with. Here's Issa Allison up the near side. She gets turned by Hartley. Loses the cradle. Gets it back, but the clock hits 0. And it's been a thrilling first half here at Chaparral High School Firebirds Stadium.
Firebirds 3. Save the date. Our awards banquet will be held on May 2nd at noon at the beautiful AGLA Resort in Scottsdale, Fountainhead. An email will be going out tomorrow for parents and guests to purchase tickets. Please note, players are covered by the club. Remember, Monday night, right back here, Corona del Sol.
All right.
April 20th.
I have a question.
Go Firebirds! Woo! Okay. Good to go. Me too. I'm purple. I'm good to go.
I'll look.
No, get coming. I have to get my stick.
All right. If you're still watching, let's talk a little bit about the playoffs coming up here for the AGLA. So we'll bring up a graphic here. The playoffs are going to all happen at Seton Catholic Prep down in Chandler. The first round of the playoffs are going to be on Monday, April 27th, Game 1 at 6:30 p.m. and Game 2 at 8 p.m. And then the second round will be Wednesday, April 29th, same game times, and the championship will be that Friday, May 1st at 7 p.m. The top 6 teams will get into the playoffs, and the top 1 and 2 seed, which are the 2 teams we see playing here tonight, they're going to get a bye in that first round. So you're going to see the 3 seed take on the 6 seed and the 4 seed take on the 5 seed in that first round on Monday. The winner of each of those games will go on to take the 1 and 2 seed Wednesday. The 1 seed will play the lowest ranking seed that wins out of the first round, and the 2 seed will take on the highest ranking seed. So if that 6 seed wins, for example, they're going to take on the 1 seed, and if the 3 seed wins, they're going to take on the 2 seed.
Take this time to recognize all of our youth players in the program.
If the playoffs were to happen today, here's how things would stack up. DV holding that number 1 seed and Chap holding that number 2 seed would get the bye in the first rounds. Cactus Shadows, currently in that number 3 seed, would take on the number 6 seed, which right now is a toss-up. It's a tie between Chandler and Pinnacle. We'll talk a bit more about that in just a moment.
First up, we've got
And then the number 4 seed, Higley, will take on number 5, Xavier. Again, that's if the playoffs were to happen today. The winner from those would move on to take on DV and Chaparral in the second round.
Next up, we have Willow Wolf.
And finally, we'll bring up a current playoff picture and show how all of the teams are ranked out here. So DV and Chaparral have clinched the top 2 seeds. They've got the bye round. Now Chaparral could overtake DV. They'd have to beat them by more than 5 in tonight's matchup and win out on record. Cactus Shadows, sitting in that number 3 seed, have clinched a playoff berth, so they'll definitely be in. Next, you have Higley and Xavier, both controlling their own destiny right now. They're in the hunt. Higley slightly ahead. They're at 5-4, and they're playing Sal Point tonight. Last I checked that score, which you can check out over on the Higley Girls Lacrosse channel by Jay Campbell. Higley up 15-4 over Sal Point, so looking like they're going to get the win there and go 6-4. Xavier overtaking on Notre Dame tonight, and if they get that win, they'll go 6-5, and they're currently going to hold on to those 4 and 5 seeds. And then what gets interesting is that number 6 seed, which is currently a toss-up between Chandler and Pinnacle, both at 5 and 6, and they could go into a tiebreaker scenario. But what's really interesting is on the 23rd, April 23rd, those teams will be playing each other, and there's a good chance that game will decide which team locks in that 6th seed. The winner of that matchup will likely go on into the 6th seed in the playoffs, and the loser will go home, unfortunately. Notre Dame Prep is mathematically still live, but would need some help and some other teams to lose a few games, as they would have to win out against Xavier tonight, as well as a couple other wins, and they could still technically sneak in to the playoffs. South Point and Corona del Sol have been mathematically eliminated at this point. So that's your playoff picture as of today. A few more games. All of these teams are playing 13 games this season. So most teams have played 10 or 11 at this point and have 2 or 3 to go. And we'll be updating this as we continue to provide coverage for the upcoming games. And we'll keep giving you a playoff picture. But that's how things stack up as of now. And with that, we'll take a break here for the remaining 6 minutes of this halftime, and we'll come back for the second half of this matchup. Thanks again for watching South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross. We'll be back in a few.
Next up, Paige Kennelly. Let's hear it for Grace Kasanovich. Next up, Quinn Hevesy. Next up, Alessandra Stoutner. How about Layla Kellner? Let's hear it for Sydney Barnett. How about Molly Whitehead? Demi Hopkins. Got a few more girls on the list here. Let's see who we've got here. Kayla Hevesy. And we'd also like to recognize DJ Tassos and Kate Lee. Let's hear it for our youth stars in our lacrosse program. Stars of the future are here in action tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh, I saw that. I saw it. Oh, that's all it.
Come on, Chad!
Let's go, Chad. Your half.
That means you were rolling so hard that it would be not
Just one. Right? Everything.
Good job.
They must have left sports off.
This is the only comment I made.
Okay, 7 saves.
I don't know when I'm leaving, hon.
Let's go, Shep. Let's go get.
Yeah, you can, because I'm not. And then Chaparral is too. So all there. If you go to the Chaparral website, well, this is, unfortunately, this is what happens when you don't have a paid board or something, and it's not. Put it in Google Sheets and go from there.
Let's go, Shep.
All right, welcome back to the second half here at Firebirds Stadium in Chaparral High School in Scottsdale. As the draw gets underway, 12 minutes on the clock. Still anyone's game, 5-3 DV on top. And Zamorano had it in her stick for a moment, but gets batted down. And this possession gets taken by Jimenez. DV with a quick feed upfield. Looks like Anir Atra on the far side. Matthews looking for Roach, struggling with the reception here. Sloan Katz defending. DV passing around again. As DV's attack strategy seems clear, continuing to move the ball and waiting for the right opportunity, trying not to force anything unnecessarily inside the 8. And a good feed from Matthews, and what a save by Struzik. As Berger goes down. Cortese comes in and fires one. I think Cortese may have clipped Berger on that shot. So Jaden Berger now in transition, coming across. Seems unfazed from the contact, and a nice transition here. Hopkins looking for Zamorano, but pass just a little behind, coming in quick. And what a save by Browning. Sydney Hevesy with a nice pickup and goal opportunity there, but Zamorano now breaking up things down on the far side, and she's able to get the forced turnover. So really some excellent play coming here from both sides. Liz Browning, a senior goalie in the cage for DV tonight. She's got 30 saves on the season coming into this one, and add a few more so far in this matchup. And Barton comes around, fires, and there's one more save for Liz Browning with a quick clear, not wasting any time, and a nice pass, but Jimenez struggles, able to get it Jimenez coming across quick. Jimenez firing. Wow, what a shot from Jackie Jimenez. As the Thunder fans rattle the stadiums.
Scored by number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
Jimenez getting her first goal of the night, but 37th on the season as the San Diego State commit comes in strong. And a rare fast break for DV tonight as they've been really settling this attack. Jimenez liked the angle, liked the look, takes the shot, and puts some heat behind it, just a little too fast. Got a score update here. Xavier gets the win at Notre Dame 16-3, so they'll continue on. And again, looks like Higley's also going to get that win against South Point tonight. So both those teams going to hold on to those 4 and 5 positions for now. And a good chance they're going to actually be playing each other next week, and a good chance they're going to be playing each other in that first round in the playoffs. Xavier had the win in the first game of this season against Higley. They'll be playing again next week, so that'll definitely be a matchup to keep an eye on. You can, of course, watch all the Higley games over on the Higley Girls Lacrosse YouTube channel, brought to you over there by Jay Campbell. DV working things around here. And the look inside to Opart, and she's got a high to high. Opart notches her second of the night, making it an even 40 goals on the season.
Goal scored by number 15, Olivia Opart. Assist to number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
And DV starting to build some momentum here as they extend the lead to 4. The largest of the night so far. Chaparral going to need to mount a response here. High draw comes up. Cortese had it for a second, and she's able to come in and gets picked up, or actually ultimately here by Maddie Conat.
Let's go, man. Let's go get it.
So Maddie Conat going to get the restart. Jimenez gets sent behind off the whistle. Conat coming across. Gets it over to Hevesy. Chaparral gonna need to get one here as they try to keep pace with a high power attack from Thunder. And Zamorano, how about that? A roll dodge with a lefty shot up high. And a beautiful goal here by Zamorano. You just see here the roll dodge takes that left-handed shot and a great angle. She stings that top right corner of the cage.
Go, Shaq.
The Radford commit gets her 23rd goal on the season.
Let's go, girls. Let's go, Shaq. Charlie. Keep aggressive, girls.
As Delana Hopkins comes in and gets another draw control for Chaparral, and they start to turn the tide here. Opart with a knockdown, gets picked back up by Hopkins. And she's able to get over, looking for some safety, finds Zamorano, but there's a whistle. They send things back to Hopkins. Issa Allison goes behind. And now Rodriguez going to bring it behind goal line extended. Lane Kennelly back at X, gets it over to Ashley Barton. So sounds like a hold has been called against the Thunder.
Go, Shep.
Sends Zamorano over for an 8-meter shot. What an opportunity for the Firebirds here. Zamorano driving in and off the right post. Rebound gets picked up by Conat, but Jimenez comes in with the takeaway. Jimenez deciding whether or not she wants to take that shot. Tries to feed it to Matthews. Susie there for the recovery on the back end. You could almost see the wheels turning with Jimenez trying to decide whether or not to drive herself while looking for that assist opportunity. Just a split-second decision. And this time Jimenez, you can just see the drive as she comes in, and this time does it all the work herself. And she gets number 8 on the night. For the Thunder, making it 8-4. 5:18 on the clock here in the third. Stevie hold on to a 4-goal lead, but Firebirds continuing to fight. Big draw opportunity here. This one gets picked up by Conat. Chaparral definitely seems to have made some good adjustments on the draws. They've been picking up the percentage of wins here in the third quarter. But this draw control has been going the wrong direction for the Firebirds. It's back to Struzik, who's now struggling as she gets chased around the goal circle. And a goal circle violation called on Struzik. Take that away. Correction, that's going to be called on DV. Apologies there, and it's going to be Chaparral ball. Jaden Berger gets it across to Audrey Fox. Tipped ball by Opart. Battle for the GB in the midfield. And a nice recovery by the Firebirds. Hopkins gets it across the restraining line. And Hopkins is looking for Kennelly behind the cage as Atra takes a check. And she'll get the ball off of that check from Rodriguez. Atra looking for Fran Cortese. And Hopkins coming in. And good effort here by the Firebirds, fighting for every ground ball. And Cortese gets all the way across into the double team. Ball's checked out and continuing to battle here. It's a cross check, gets called down the far side. Zamorano gets sent behind Cortese now. 4 white jerseys around here is going to need to find some help And she does so down on the far side. She's got Sammy Botzler. Now Matthews was looking for a feed. Whistle here. They're going to send Audrey Fox behind off of this foul. And Susie with the roll dodge, or excuse me, the crease roll. Get her first of the night. Heather Susie coming in with a nice crease roll around the top and able to finish this one. The senior attacker getting her 16th goal on the season. As DV continuing to build the lead with 2:40 on the clock here in the third.
Desert Vista goal scored by number 6, Heather Susie.
Zamorano and Opart on the draw. Cortese coming away with the draw control. But a missed pass to Opart. And a chance for the Firebirds. As Conat was able to come away with this one. Gets it up to Barton. The whistle here on the sideline. Official's going to bring the play back. Looks like too much stick contact there from Manira Atra. Ashley Barton on the restart. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Firebirds now down by 5. Going to have to be really smart with this possession. And a good look coming across the crease. Look like Ashley Barton might have taken a stick there. No call from the official, but she will get the 8-meter shot as Manira Atra gets sent behind. So Ashley Barton, the junior attacker, taking the shot. Liz Browning in the cage. Barton coming in, takes that shot. Browning with the save. Issa Allison on the chase. And DV getting it right back, and a great stop by Browning, but a nice one-handed interception. And what a goal from Maddie Conat. Maddie Conat getting the spark for the Firebirds, the freshman midfielder. Just her 4th goal on the year, but that's a play for the highlight reel with the one-handed grab, and a great job by her to not take the first shot, but fake, move the goalie, and puts it in the back of the net. And another draw win for the Firebirds. Hopkins coming in, looking for a second response, but a whistle as she comes through the critical scoring area. The clock stops at 46 seconds. They bring Hopkins back up to the 12 meter. She'll get the free position restart as they clear the lane. Hopkins with a good look across to Barton. Barton taking the second shot opportunity. And you gotta love this. Barton could have taken that first shot, pulls it back, comes around, takes the second shot, and a great bounce shot for 12. Ashley Barton. Barton, the junior attacker, just her third goal on the season. So a lot of players here coming up with big plays. And the Firebirds narrowing the gap back to 3. 36 seconds to go here in the third. And this game is far from over. Firebirds fighting back. Jimenez so solid at those ground ball battles off the draw. Coming in, goes left, and a good slow down. And we got a yellow card for a slash. That one going against 21, Maddie Conant. So there'll be a second yellow of the night for the Firebirds. And the Thunder get the power play. Just 7 seconds to work with here. Thunder's going to need a quick shot, but they do stop or blow the whistle. They don't stop the clock, though. So now they stop it here. 0.4 seconds left. Don't know if they're going to put any time back on the clock. So officials leave the clock as is, and of course just not enough time. And Susie, I think, was so close anyway, almost had another one there for the Thunder. And at the end of the 3, DV is up 9-6 over Chaparral. We'll take a 2-minute break here, and we'll come back for the final quarter of this exciting matchup with the top 2 teams in the AGLA. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Madison Taylor Fine Jewelry, the #1 jeweler in the Valley. Eyes on Hayden, another one of our fantastic season community sponsors. The premier optometrist right in the heart of Scottsdale. And you cannot forget Reverse Rochelle, unlocking home equity and elevating retirement.
Let's go, girls! Let's go, Chip!
She knew where you're at, but we're all gonna head out.
All right, I'm coming.
Now welcome back here to the final quarter of Chaparral hosting Desert Vista. Get a couple score updates from other games tonight. Xavier taking out Notre Dame 16-3. Higley taking out South Point with a similar score, 16-4. So again, Higley and Xavier in comfortable position for the playoffs here as they hold on to those 4 and 5 seeds respectively. Cactus Shadows has the playoffs clinched, holding on to that number 3 seed for the moment. And these two teams, DV and Chaparral, have the top 2 seeds locked. But the final 1 and 2 have not been decided yet.
Go get it! Pressure!
DV taking the first possession here and continuing with the settled attack, continuing to move the ball around. Opart looking to come in and test things. Doesn't have a lane, gets pushed back out. Hevesi and Zamorano doing a great job on defense, as well as Caitlin Gill, number 9 there for the Firebirds, putting in the team effort. As they work to limit the high power attack here of Desert Vista. Yes, I think there was a little miscommunication there as Sammy Botzler and Tess Cortese both thought that pass was coming their way. Apart against Emerson Schultz, coming around, looking for that skip pass. This one's going to go out of bounds on that far side, and that's going to be a turnover. Delana Hopkins has it, working down the far side. Brings it up in the middle. Hits Zamorano in stride. Zamorano coming through. And a good idea, but not able to pull in the reception. Got the ground ball. Lisa Allison battling for it against Barton. And Fran Cortese gets a stick in there. But off the whistle, Firebirds have it. Another ground ball here. Box out from Zamorano on Opart, but Opart draws the whistle. Fans on both sides seem displeased with the officials tonight. That's probably a good sign that they're calling it fair. Now Delana Hopkins with a critical 8-meter shot here. 9 minutes on the clock. Liz Browning in the cage. Hopkins going to try to close the gap to 2. Coming in, fires, bounce shot, no goal, no goal. And they turn it over to DV. DV in a fast transition here. Coming in, they've got this Chaparral defense unsettled, and a goal for Jimenez on the fast break. And that'll be a hat trick for the San Diego State commit.
Doesn't miss the goal scored by number 11, Jackie Jimenez.
And we'll take another look at this goal, see if we can see what happened here, why it was called a no goal. Hopkins coming in. An official definitely seeing something in there and turning it over to DV. And what a tough break for the Firebirds as it turns the tide, and now DV into double-digit territory as they take the lead 10-6. And Jimenez with another draw control. As she tries to get around Sydney Havesi, and she's got a nice dodge there. Comes in, gets fouled inside the 8. As Struzik gets called upon again to make another stop here. Jimenez firing one off the top post. Heather Susi there for the backup. And a skip pass coming to behind the cage. Elise Matthews looking for a cutter. As the clock comes down to 7 minutes, DV with the 4-goal lead here and really controlling time of possession. And in some sense, it's almost better if they don't score here and just hold on, as Opart comes inside and forcing her way in, and she does get called for the charge on that. And Jaden Berger going to take things the other direction for Chaparral, and you can see the Firebirds working with some urgency here. A nice pass up to Hevesy, and good ball movement from the Firebirds as they come in. And they get it back to Rodriguez, over to Barton. 3 seconds called against DV. Going to set up a free position, looks like out on the 12 meter for Barton. Anira Atra, the offending player, gets put back behind, and now Hevesy coming in, but gets picked up by Jimenez and Allison. And a nice look to Hopkins, but couldn't quite cut the corner and get the angle, gets it over to Zamorano. And some physicality happening here between Zamorano and Opart. Zamorano takes a stick up high. Opart with the apology, and looks like Opart's going to go off on a yellow. Battle there between two of the toughest competitors out here. And that'll be the first yellow card for the Thunder tonight. Zamorano looks to be okay, gets set up here on the 8 meter. 5:40 on the clock, a critical 8 meter shot coming up for the Firebirds. Zamorano coming in, takes the high shot and saved by Liz Browning. Passes it up quickly and gets picked up in the midfield by Alyssa Roach. And another whistle here at midfield. Timeout gets called by DV. And of course, 5:19 on the clock. They are down a player with Opart in the penalty box. And you have to imagine here, coaches Jordan Hugues and Brianna Gardner over there. Head coach Tori Graves watching this game from afar, going to be giving their team some guidance and expecting that guidance is likely going to be to hold on here, not take shots. You got to run out that penalty at a minimum. Maybe take a shot if you've got the right opportunity, but honestly, DV, the 4-goal lead here, can really just focus on possession and try to burn out as much of the remaining clock here as possible. Chaparral has been excellent tonight on the takeaways, the caused turnovers. Expect to see that pressure continue, especially from 43 Jaden Berger and 14 Sydney Hevesy, two of the best in the game. Going to be applying that pressure, looking for those takeaway opportunities. And Chaparral's had some great ground ball game tonight as well. Teams making their way back on the field. Fran Cortese with the ball in her stick. Firebirds sending 5 defenders over. They get it back to near Atra and struggling with the reception. Big opportunity for the Firebirds as they get it early. Could be the break the Firebirds need. Stick in the sphere, self-start, continues the play. Maddie Conat gets it over to Hevesy inside, and a good look to Ashley Barton. And what a save by Liz Browning. Rebound to Firebirds. Jimenez, I think, had a stick on it. Battle for the GB here. Tess Cortese coming up big, gets it across field. Issa Allison at midfield. Now 4:30 on the clock as they work to transition up. Another ground ball at midfield. And near Atra able to secure that one. Ball back down. And I think it might have been a holding call. And the Firebirds getting it back again. They're going to have to move quickly here. Down by 4. Firebirds with an opportunity. Still serving that yellow card is Opart. They've got the player up advantage. And Chaparral going to need to capitalize quickly. But pass across the middle and a goal circle violation gets called. And another break going Chaparral's direction as it looked like Rabbit Delgado gets called for the goal circle violation. Chap keeping possession, so they've had the opportunities here but have not been able to get shots on net. Ashley Barton with the feed over the middle, broken up. Delgado making up for that crease violation right away as she's able to come in and get the ground ball, and she's coming across midfield. Another ground ball here and the whistle. So cover gets called. Opart back in the game. DV back to full strength. 3 minutes on the clock. And DV somehow able to evade. A lot of opportunity there for the Firebirds. Lissa Roach comes across, has the ball checked out. Firebirds got it back again. And as I said, Firebirds defense really great at these takeaways, as they've shown here, but they've not been able to translate that into goals yet. Barton working against the double team. Ball gets knocked down. Mandy Rodriguez fighting for it. And Jimenez jumping in there. Barton has it. Shap's going to have to move swiftly now. Whistle, time, clock stops. And a smart timeout getting called here by head coach Jess Barton. She's going to have to try to refocus this attack. 2:20 on the clock now, and they have had their opportunities, but they are going to have to turn that into goals.
I wish there was like a yelp. We should start one. We should start one. Yeah, like they should all have to announce their first and last name. Then write it down. And then each call. I don't watch those sports. But if I did. Yeah. And no one's supporting our frustration. It's high school. This is probably their first time roughing.
The Cars of DV able to hold on to the win here tonight. They'll go 11-0. They'll still have 2 games left, so they will still not have that #1 seed locked in, as Chaparral could still beat them on a pure record-to-record basis. But if DV does get the win here tonight, they will win any tiebreaker scenario against Chaparral for that 1 seed, which won't have a huge impact on the playoffs. Again, both these teams have already locked in a bye round through that first round. It would really just determine who's playing the higher seed and the lower seed in round 2 of the playoffs. So after tonight, these teams only going to face each other again if they face each other in the state championship game. They will not be able to face each other earlier in the playoff cycle. So it looks like Maddie Conat. No, Sydney Havesi, correction. Number 14 going to start things off for Chaparral. They're going to have to move quickly. And a good look behind. Hopkins, little give and go, was trying to work with Lane Kinnelly. But off the whistle now at 2 minutes. It's going to be Fran Cortese, so they're going to bring her back to the spot of the foul. Cortese able to work around Mandy Rodriguez. Cortese getting down. And Susie taking it back there. No urgency here from Thunder, but a whistle down low. So it looks like we had an offsides call against Chaparral. Officials counting and restarting play. 1:20 on the clock. And now DV in position to lock in the win.
Come on, Chap!
1 minute on the clock, just a game of keep away at this point. Opart passing over to Cortese.
1 minute remaining.
Havasi coming in with the pressure. This is where stick skills are so important, but Cortese finds an opening inside, and she takes it all the way. And that will likely
There's a Vista goal scored by number 14,
do it.
Tess Cortese.
With 48 seconds on the clock, as Cortese gets her second on the night. A great night for the senior. 27 goals on the season, and she's able to lock in 300 draw wins. And the score is starting to get close to where they finished last time, 13-8, currently 11-6. Charlie Zamorano able to come in and get in a draw win for the Firebirds. Gets it over to Conat. About 30 seconds to work with on the clock. Firebirds with the opportunity here. Lane Kennelly. Back to Zamorano, and a check gets set. And that's going to be an illegal pick called on Hopkins. So clock continues, about 10 seconds left here. Allison gets it over to Jimenez. And that's gonna do it. So your winner tonight will be the Desert Vista Thunder as they take the W tonight against the Firebirds, 11-6, and a great game. And once again, both these teams will be heading into the playoffs in the 1 and 2 seeds, and a good chance they'll see each other in the state championship, assuming they're able to get the wins in that second round. But nothing guaranteed in the AGLA, as we have seen. The team's bringing it in here for stick clicks at the end. We thank you for watching this presentation of Arizona Girls Lacrosse on South Mountain Lacrosse, and this is Chris Ross. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next one.